Welcome inside Larry Miller Field on the campus of Brigham Young University, the site of the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. On KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. I'm Dusty Lister. So glad to have you along with us. We got a fun winners bracket game tonight. The winner will move on in the state tournament in the winner bracket side, and will play at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. The loser, however, will come back at 1:30 and will take on the Viewmont Vikings. It'll be the reigning state champion, the Lehi Pioneers, taking on the upstart Woods Cross Wildcats, the 17th seed in this state tournament. And it's going to be absolutely interesting to watch what happens here, as Lehi yesterday absolutely crushed the ball. And let's start first with the Lehi defense in their lineup. At first base is Ashton Holbrook. At second base is McGuire Matson. At third base, Braden Willis. Shortstop, Jake Olson. In the outfield is Bowen Ingersoll. And left, Mays Matson. In center and in right field is Tyson Ellswood. The pitcher tonight, excited to see this one, Jackson Brousseau, the two-time state championship quarterback and future Colorado State Ram. He'll be batteried with Brandon Manukin, the catcher for the Pioneers. And leading things off for Woods Cross is Cole Smith. As Smith looks at ball one from Jackson Brousseau. And if you don't know Street Fighter, then you don't get the Manukin joke. But his brother Carson did that for 3 years as a football player. Umpires this evening on the dish is Ken Faber. On first base, David Moore. And on third base, Ronnie Matthews. The 1-1 off the plate. And it goes 2 balls and a strike. Jackson delivers a 1-1 and taken cleanly over to Brousseau on the move. Don't tell me he's not a mobile quarterback. Nice footwork there by Jackson Brousseau, taking that pitch from Ashton Holbrook, and it's 1 out. That brings up Max Moffitt, and Moffitt is the starting pitcher tonight for Woods Cross. As I mentioned, they're the 17 seed, which means they did not get a bye. They beat Box Elder in the 17-16 matchup in the 3-game series, and then knocked off the number 1 ranked Olympus Titans, and then beat Brighton yesterday 1-0. One on a pass ball in the top of the 7th inning. They take that game against Brighton 1-0 to get them here tonight. Where when they walked in the building, I swore, and I said on the broadcast, I thought it was Salem Hills. I've never seen these uniforms before. But it's a 1-1 count here to Max Moffitt. Max chops this one to the right side. Holbrook with it. Over to Brousseau. Second out like first out. A 3-1 put out, and there's 2 away. And that'll now bring up the second baseman, Gavin Shoup. Jackson Brousseau on the year, 8-1 on the season, a 1.97 ERA. It's a pretty good. 5 complete games and 9 appearances. As that fastball finds the outer half. And there for strike 2. And the 0-2 from Brousseau misses down and away. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Moffitt. Strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 first for Jackson Brousseau. We go to the bottom of the first inning and a chance to see this Lehi offense. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. And welcome back into Larry Miller Field. Dusty Lister with you as we go through this Woods Cross defense. The first baseman is Beckham Stringer. Second base is Gavin Shoup. Third base, Cole Smith. And at short, Bo Blackwell. In the outfield, it is Thomas Pattison in left, Kason Lithgow in center. And in right field is Harley Vicarelli, who we saw yesterday pitch a very, very good game in the complete game shutout of Brighton. Starting pitcher tonight, we saw him in the first inning. That is Max Moffitt, and the catcher is Stetson Critchley. So that first pitch in there for a called strike one to McGuire Madsen. And Guy looks at ball one. He was counting the ball on a strike. His brother Maddox, of course, is currently the number 2 quarterback at the college in Idaho that plays football on the blue turf. And Madsen goes the opposite way. Said this yesterday and I meant it. He might need to change his name to Boggs. That is very much the Wade Boggs approach there. And his father, Eric Madsen, a baseball lifer, one of the nicest guys you'll meet, unless you're an umpire. And so runner aboard as a leadoff single. He may be grumpy, but he's respected. So that brings up Mays Madsen. And it's hard to tell Lehi apart. And the reason being, folks, is that every player dyes their hair. I'll get through a little bit more of the hair information I got yesterday. But it's hard to tell players from player because they all have the exact same hair, literally. They bleached it. Did it last year, won a state championship, so they've run it back. Been quite the time to be a Lehi athlete. Back-to-back football championships. Quincy Lewis won a basketball championship just a couple years ago. Baseball won last year. The girls' basketball team's been outstanding. The softball and volleyball teams have been really good. I mean, this is after being moved up into 5A and all the years of being 3A and then having their student enrollment cut down because of Skyridge. And you think of where Skyridge's program is right now, football and baseball. As Madsen goes, McGuire is in there. They could not corral the throw there at short, but Bo Blackwell, that was a good throw from Stetson Critchley. But all the catcher can do is put it on the spot. A little hard slide there from Madsen to knock that ball loose. So runner in scoring position here for Mays Madsen. The 2-1. And that fastball is fouled away down the left field line. Senior Mays batting .494 on the year. 10 doubles, 2 triples, a homer, and has driven in 31 runs. The 2-2 goes the other way, just like his brother McGuire. It'll be Madsen's on the corners, and no outs. And that's going to bring up Jake Olson, the shortstop.
Now the shortstop, number 4, Jake Olson.
Couldn't catch what the umpire was asking here. Oh, he's short baseballs. The short baseballs down there. So stepping in, Jake Olson, the shortstop. Runners on the corners and no outs. And with runners on the corners and good speed with the Madsen boys. Imagine to see some early steal, double steal stuff potentially. Especially with the right-handed pitcher. So Mays leads away from first. And Madsen goes. That ball's going to get away from the catcher. And here comes McGuire Madsen, and the leadoff single leads to a first-inning run for McGuire Madsen. Mays gets second on the steal. And now the third, they weren't paying attention, as the catcher thought he was going to get timeout from the umpire. And now the umpires will come together, and they may be sending Mays back to third, or probably to second base. And now we'll have a meeting of the minds, and we'll see. The catcher thought he was going to get time out there from the home plate umpire. Heads up, Mays Matson takes third base. And give him third. So here's Jake Olson. Now steps in once again after the steal and the pass ball. The chance to pick up an RBI. And Olson goes the other way with it. And Chase Mays back to third. I love it. Beckham Stanger wasn't going to mess around. Takes the ground ball. Make sure you get the tag. Olson wasn't just going to give it up easily. And Matson's still at third base. So 1 out and a runner on third. And it brings up Jackson Brousseau, who had a great day from the plate yesterday. And a little shaft shot to second base. Going to score the run, and Brousseau is out at first. But Mace Madsen comes in to score, and it's a RBI for Jackson Brousseau. And 2 away on the 4-3 putout. So nobody on. And 2 outs here for Tyson Ellswood, the right fielder. Looks at strike 1. And Ellswood chases the high cheese. No balls and 2 strikes. And Moffitt's pitches off the plate. Moffitt on the year, 3-2 in 10 appearances, 4.63 ERA. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And maybe we'll fight that one off as Tyson Ellswood. And a 1-2, foul back to the screen and spoiled here for Tyson Ellswood. Ellswood is hitting .424 on the year. 13 doubles, 17 runs driven in. And that one just misses. Hey, if you put Picasso in an ugly frame, it means it just doesn't look the same, you know? And back up the box, Tyson Ellswood with a 2-out single. So Ellswood extends the inning, and that is going to bring up the catcher, number 40, Brandon Manukin. Can't do the Street Fighter call every time. I really want to, but got to refrain. So runner on first base and 2 outs for the catcher, Manukin. And he Roger Dorned it, except he went down to first a little bit faster. Manukin wears that one between the 4 and the 0. And his courtesy runner will come on for him, number 5. That is Jamin Robertson. So Holbrook comes on, the first baseman. With runners on first and second, a chance to get another run, and he has to wear one on the shoulder. So back-to-back hit by pitch. Their hit batsman could have put or load the bases. That brings up Braden Willis. Willis a chance to do some damage here in the first inning. Willis has 17 runs driven in on the year. And for Moffitt, see if he can shut the door here. 2 outs, bases loaded. Willis going to get a timeout. This is a moment here for Moffitt just to calm it down, forces anywhere, get the ground ball, and live to see next inning. Bring your bats up. Big swing there from Willis. Wasn't getting cheated. Strike one. Bowen Ingersoll on deck, the 9-hole hitter, and then the top of the order. So that's where Moffitt really just has to focus up here. The 0-1 misses down and away. The 1-1 misses, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. You've heard me say it a lot. Great count to be in, 2-1. When the pitcher's reeling a little bit. Expect something straight here. Bases loaded. And he does. Fastball, but a line drive right to the second baseman, Gavin Shoup, for the 3rd out of the inning. The Lehi is able to plate 2. The Batson brothers get on and both score as we go to the top of the 2nd inning. It is Lehi 2, Woods Cross 0. You're watching the So Beckham Stinger will lead off the top of the 2nd inning. And as always, want to thank our sponsors, Heinemann and Associates, our presenting sponsor of KSL Sports Rewind. Go to utah.law to find the law office nearest to you and get a free consultation. It's a full-service law firm. That means anything you need. Any questions, you got business questions, get a living will and trust set up. Sadly, if it's divorce, whatever it is, Heinemann Associates can take care of you, and they will. Stanger, check swing to the third base side, taken cleanly on his way to first for the out. Braden Willis able to gather that for the 5-3 putout on Beckham Stanger. And there's one away. And that brings up Bo Blackwell. And Blackwell fouls that one off the plate. And Blackwell swings through that breaking ball. Blackwell reached on a walk and scored yesterday. He was a game-winning run in the win over Brighton. Chops this one foul down the third baseline. And we'll stay at no balls and 2 strikes. So I mentioned this Woods Cross team, 17-14 on the year. 17 seed in the 5A tournament, able to win their way here. This ball hit well through the left side, and that's a 1-out RBI, or probably a 1-out single. So Blackwell aboard. See if they can spark something here for the Wildcats. Going to bring up the catcher, Stetson Critchley. So Critchley with a chance to extend the inning. And that one's inside. Just a skosh. You're good. No. The 1-0 here to Critchley. Ground ball back up the middle. Taylor made 6-4-3 double play. And the Pioneers get out of the inning unscathed. So get a man on and get the ground ball. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0 Lehigh. You're watching the 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. Bottom of the second inning. 9-1-2 due up here for the Lehi Pioneers, and leading off with Bowen Ingersoll, son of the head coach. Of course, the Ingersoll name throughout Utah County is very well known. Papa Ingersoll was a basketball coach of multiple places, including the first basketball coach at Lone Peak High School. And of course, brother Ingersoll is at American Fork, multiple state championships, and one of the most steady programs in baseball in the state of Utah. And then young Ingersoll wins his first state championship last year at Lehigh. Chopper to second base, and Ingersoll retired for the first out of the inning. And it is interesting when we get to the state tournament. You get to the all-turf fields, and it takes a second for some of the infielders to use to it. This year, at least here at Larry Miller Field, it has been the left fielder and center fielder getting used to the speed of the ball in the gap. But by tomorrow afternoon, tend to get a little more settled in and really just used to it. And then we'll go over to UVU, which also an all-turf field, as that is in there for a called strike here with McGuire Madsen. McGuire singled and scored last inning to get things started for the Pioneers. McGuire lifts this one in the left field, tailing toward the line, and terrific job arranging over and getting to that ball is the left fielder Thomas Pattinson. And 2 away.
The center fielder, Mays Madsen.
And I'll bring up Mays Madsen. Of course, you got Mick, Maddox, Mays, and McGuire, and then Murph. And I added a son last year. Mama Madsen didn't need another one, but she kept calling McGuire Gwy, and I thought it was Gwyn. And I added another son, and she thought that was really funny. Thought it was a better name than McGuire, even though I love Mark McGuire. But Gwyn is, you can use that one. That's a free giveaway for future parents out there. The 1-0 misses inside. But if you name your son Gwyn, he better be willing to walk more than he strikes out in New Age baseball. That is for darn certain. 2 balls and no strikes to Mays Madsen. Chases that ball down the way and fouls it away. 2 balls and a strike. Mentioned Mays batting .484 on the year. The senior. Probably .494 coming into today. The 2-1. Lifted in center field. Doesn't have warning track power on that one. It is a 1-2-3 inning as that one's taken easily by Kason Lithgow. We go to the top of the third inning. It's 2-0 Lehigh. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. Top of the third inning. I want to take a moment to thank Modern Missionary for being a part of our sponsors here with KSL Sports Rewind. Again, get a shirt and tie and try it before you buy it for your missionary getting ready to go out on their mission, or if they're already out there. Go register them at modernmissionary.com or go to one of the locations. As leading off the third inning, oh, what a play up the middle, knocking that ball down by Jake Olson, but that's a leadoff single for Alex Holtstock. So the designated hitter gets things started here for the Wildcats. Been a few years since I've had, I can remember at the top of my head, I was going to go do a little bit more digging here. So I've had Woods Cross in a state tournament. Remember they had a fun team. I always go back to that 07 or 08 tournament up at Lindquist Field, the 4A bracket. Woods Cross had a team that just kept battling that year. There was a ground ball up the middle. Step on the bag, Olson, a 6-3 double play. The second double play in back-to-back innings here for the Lehi Pioneers. But Olson step on it And throw it to first. 2 away. He'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, the center fielder, Kaysen Lithgow. And a swing and a miss. Good to see some Woods Cross royalty in here. Luke, don't call me Hobbs Hyde, hanging out here. Of course, Luke finished his high school career at Lone Peak, but started 3 years at Woods Cross as Brousseau fields his position, tosses it over to first, and we go in order. Brousseau dealing here tonight. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it's 2-0 Lehi. Pioneer bats coming up. So leading things off is Jake Olson. As that pitch is off the mark. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch down the line and foul. Goes out in the bullpen. And the 1-1 into the screen, so ball and 2 strikes. Olson grounded out to first base in his first appearance. Big swing, strike 3. Moffitt got into trouble last inning. Good start to this one. Or probably got in trouble in the first inning. Gave up the 2 runs. Remember, it was bases loaded. And it was a line drive out from Braden Willis that ended the threat. As that brings up Jackson Brousseau. Brousseau grounded out to second but drove in a run. And his only plate appearance. Oh! We've seen more hit batsmen than honestly I can remember. And that's like the 6th one in the head. That's I don't know if it's just because they're just standing on top of the plate, so the strike zone practically disappears.
Now running to first base. Now batting, the right fielder, Tyson Ellsworth.
But all it takes is one high, fast one, and poof, the lights go out. Got to be careful. If you're watching, tweet at us at KSL Sports Rewind. What movie am I quoting? If you don't know, I'll be very disappointed. So you can also message us on Instagram at KSL Sports Rewind. Or you hit me up personally at Dusty Litster. Make sure you get both T's in there. As that ball lifted into center field. It's going to fall in. Had a hold up with the 1 out. So it'll be runners on first and second. As the courtesy runner for Brousseau gets to second base. And Ellswood aboard with his second single.
Number 40, Brandon Manukin.
And that brings up Brandon Manukin. And he'll be granted time at the plate. And remember, you request time. Mr. Umpire doesn't have to grant it. You request it and ask for it. Manukin looks at ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Backdoor play to second, got him. I'll tell you what, that's even better from Blackwell. He took the bag away. He pinned that thing. There was no way getting back into second base. And the rare pickup there at second as Cooper Williams got caught there. Man, Blackwell got in that space and just took it away. That pitch is inside Aaron Manukin. Two-0. Lifted down the line and foul. So 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs and run around first base for Manukin, the catcher. Moffitt paying a lot of attention over at first base with Tyson Ellswood. The 2-1 from Moffitt. Lifted out of play. Good at bat here for the catcher. Brandon Manukin. 362 hitter on the season. Hit 6 home runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and a runner on first. Runner goes, that ball is up. Throw down to second, not in time. Wisely gets back on the bag, Ellswood. I was expecting to see the first baseman from Viewmont today. He caught that ball, started running. I guess that was yesterday. Remember that? Caught the ball and acted like he didn't catch it to see if he could get him to move. I was expecting that, yeah. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. On a runner on second here for Manukin. Absolutely. And again, the payoff pitch. The 3-2. Bender called strike 3. Moffitt has settled into this one. Dealt with some traffic, got out of it. The pickoff play at second base is a major part of it. And that will do it. We are through 3 complete. 2-0 Lehigh. We'll go to the top of the 4th when we come back. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. So Cole Smith will lead things off. So top of the order for Woods Cross as Rousseau finds his own for strike 1. The 0-1, Bender misses there from Rousseau. Jackson's worked in order for the first of the 3 innings. The 1-1 swung through, strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes to the third baseman. And he grounded timeout there at the plate. And that one just misses. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 chop to the third base side. Got out of the glove in time. Did he? No. Nice job at getting up the line. Cole Smith. A little bit of a double bobble there from Braden Willis. Coach Ingersoll and come out and have a chat. We've had some close plays at first base today. And that was one of those that I was going, whatever he called, fine. Like, that was close. So leadoff man is aboard for Woods Cross. And give him a hit, no error. Infield single, and that brings up Max Moffitt, the starting pitcher. Brousseau's been able to get through. We're talking about he's worked in order. He was part of the putouts and then got a K in the first. Got the double play to get out of the inning in the second. Got a double play to start the inning in the third to get out of it. And now here he is, the runner on. And a chance to get the ground ball here. A 1-1, fouled off down the line. So a ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Moffitt. Brousseau misses up. And the count's even at 2-2. Moffitt batting .406 on the year. 37 RBIs. 11 doubles. A triple and 3 homers. As the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner goes. That ball lifted into shallow, or probably around third base. Runner will get back. So it'll be 1 out with the runner on first. As Brousseau gets the fly out from Moffitt. Man, as high as that ball was hit, I thought for sure it was going shallow left field, but it just stayed in the infield, right on the bag. So 1 out, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Gavin Shoup.
Now that is the second baseman, Gavin Shoup.
Shoup went down on strikes in the first inning in his only plate appearance. And a runner goes. No, he did not. It was a little secondary lead. It was a ball missed inside. I don't know if he crossed up Mnookin or what. I'll tell you, Jackson's one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. And that wasn't even like forceful with Mnookin. It's like, no, we're good. Like, just get back behind the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. A short lead over at first. There's a ground ball. 6-4-3 double play. 3 straight innings with a double play. As Brousseau again retires Woods Cross in order. 4 straight innings. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's Lehi 2, Woods Cross 0. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. So Holbrook will lead things off here for Lehi. Holbrook reached after being hit by a pitch in the first inning. That pitch is in there for a called strike. Ball and a strike. And the 1-1 to Holbrook, lifted into shallow left field. And camping underneath that ball is Bo Blackwell for the first down of the inning.
The third baseman, number 3, Braden Willis.
Oh, yeah.
And that bender's in there for a called strike here on Braden Willis, the third baseman. Lined out to second base in his only time up. As that was Moffitt getting out of a jam in that first inning. Remember, he gave 2 runs and then loaded the bases with back-to-back hit batsmen. And then Willis lined out to second. Get out of the jam, and since then, really settled Moffitt in. That one misses up and in, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. On the year, Willis at 4 doubles and is driven in 17. That pitch in there for a called strike. So count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Line back up the middle and gets through. There was a moment I thought maybe we get knocked down. But that is a 1-out single for Braden Willis. So you got a runner on with Bowen Ingersoll coming to the plate. So the senior Ingersoll batting .373 on the year. 6 doubles, driven in 18. Could either way, should be bridging to the top of the order unless he grounds into the double play. No, he's going to line this one into center field. Back-to-back singles, rounding second, heading in to third is Braden Willis. And it's runners on the corners. The snap back to first, not in time. And it is runners on the corners. And we go to the top of the order.
The second baseman, Ryan Matson.
So top of the order, and it's McGuire Madsen. And be careful playing him shallow left field. So runners on the corners and 1 out. Look at ball 1. McGuire, just a sophomore, hitting .386 with 26 runs driven in, 7 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 homers. Tonight, he is 1 for 2. Led off the game with a single to left field and came in to score. Following him is Mays Madsen. So Woods Cross making sure they're right on the first third situation. They were trying to see if they had the early steal on that. So typically you have a few options here. You come from the dugout, throw through, got to cut off, back to the pitcher, snap to third. Curious to see where Woods Cross goes with it. It's a short lead for Ingersoll. And Bowen goes. Snap to third. So runners on second and third here for McGuire. Over a 2-0 count. So certainly McGuire in control here. And the 2-0 pitch inside. Count goes 3-0. So Moffitt's got to bear down. Run the major risk of loading the bases with one out and go through the heart of the order of Lehi. So now the 3-0 inside in is in there for a called strike one. Three balls and one strike. Hit well in the right field, and it is down. It's going to get all the way to the wall. It'll be a base-clearing triple for McGuire Madsen. That throw's not in time. And Madsen makes it 5-0. Lehi. Or pardon me, 4-0. 3-0, I was already assuming they were bases loaded. My bad. And Bruins a great call. So plates 2, and it's a triple for McGuire Madsen.
The center fielder, Mace Madsen.
And that brings up Mays Madsen. Mays hits this one to right. He'll be deep enough to score. McGuire, he'll tag. Here comes the throw. Nearly hit Mays Madsen. He nearly got him. The catch is there, and now it'll be 3 runs added, and it's 5-0 Lehi off the sacrifice fly from Mays Madsen.
The shortstop, Jake Olson.
So 2 outs here for Jake Olson.
Studying. Not a freaking clue.
So stepping in is Jake Olson with 0 for 2 today. Went down on strikes, and then his last at bat, his first bat of the day, grounded out to first. And he looks at ball 1. And the 1-0. And Olsen able to hold his water. 2 balls and no strikes. So again, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. And the bases are empty. I want to thank intern Jaron, taking care of business today. If you watch the first couple of games, you see he gets caught up. Well, that's because I was trying to run it all, and then Jaron shows up, and Jaron takes care of business. That ball's off the plate. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. And even with all that, I missed it. It was 2 runners on and not bases loaded on McGuire Madsen's ball to the wall. And now the 2-1. Called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here on Jake Olson, goes down swinging. But it's McGuire Madsen with a 2-run triple. They kind of spark things, and it's a 3-run 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th, and it is Lehi 5, Woods Cross 0. You're watching the 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. So welcome back in. Leading things off is the first baseman, Beckham Stanger. And Stanger lifts this one into right field. And easy can of corn for Harley. Oh, pardon me. Was on the right sheet. That was Tyson Ellswood. So brings Bo Blackwell. And Blackwell looks at ball 1. Blackwell singled in the second in his only plate appearance. As Brousseau is doing something pretty rare as this ball grounded to short. Taking on the backhand by Olson and a strong throw to first for the 6-3 putout. 2 away. I'm a baseball guy and I don't want to jinx things, but Brousseau's working on something very interesting. He's given up hits, so it's not a no-hitter. And obviously with hits and everything else, it's not a perfect game. However, he's retired Woods Cross in order every single inning. He's done it with 3 straight innings with double play balls. But if he can get through Stetson Critchley, it would be 5 straight innings of retiring him 1, 2, 3 and scattering 3 hits. And where he's pitching to contact, he has 1 strikeout. The 0-1 hit him. So I jinxed him. Jax, it's on me, man. I expect a text message. I owe him lunch. I knew better. I was going to wait. And, you know, it's like talking about free throw streaks right before a free throw. Oh, we go back-to-back hit batsman. I'll take the first. That last one's on Jackson. There's 2 runners on. Runners on first and second. We got a hard sock is okay. Or hold stock, pardon me. So runners on first and second and 2 outs. And that'll bring up Thomas Pattison. Breaking ball to the screen. What did I miss in the booth? 12 hit by pitches. Today? 12. And 4 of them in the head. At least. I mean, I haven't seen this many hit batsmen in a long time. Like, granted, some of it is, I think guys are literally on top of the plate. And the 0-1 in there for called strike 2. Pattison grounded into a double play. The only plate appearance. And the 0-2. Shot back up the middle, be handled by Olson on his way to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So the first non-1-2-3 inning here for Brousseau, but still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is Lehi 5, Woods Cross 0. You're watching the 5A State Championship Tournament. Bottom of the 5th inning. And it's Jackson Brousseau leading things off for Lehi. Brousseau 0 for 1 with an RBI from the plate. pitching a shutout on the mound. Looks at ball one. And the 1-0. That's in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1. And we're so well ahead of it. Into the bullpen. So a ball and 2 strikes to Jackson. Hitting .407 on the year is Brousseau, with 31 runs driven in, 12 doubles, 1 triple, and 4 home runs. And the 1-2 from Moffitt. Inside out swing, the right center field, and retire for the first out of the inning. Harley Vitrielli there. You're right, they've not had 1 home run. More triples than I can recall. And if you believe Willie Mays, he says that's the most exciting play in baseball, the triple. Tend to agree. Thank goodness got rid of the shift and all the nonsense that non-baseball people brought to baseball. Got the Ian Tongi fly on his forehead. So step back in there with Tyson Ellswood. And looks at ball 1. And the 1-0. Check swing. The intent was not there, so he did not swing. I hold on to verbiage. Umpire Brandon Riley standing next to us. He's going to learn what it's like when Courtney Littledyke sits next to us for basketball games, and I just start bringing Courtney part of it. As that one misses. 3 balls and no strikes. And the 3-0 in there for a called strike 1. Ellswood singled in the first and singled in the third. And fouls that one back to the screen. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 away here for Ellswood. Little bender, ball 4. Oh, borderline pitch there, and Ellswood draws the walk. Better come out and give a ball, but don't argue balls and strikes. Okay. Well done. As Mnookin comes to the plate. Mnookin was hit by a pitch in the first, went down on strikes in the third after a long at bat with Moffitt. I was shocked he stayed in the box that long. I think Coach Ingersoll is saying the same thing, like, hey, break him up. If he's going to take that long, you gotta step out. No pitch clock and no step out rule. You do get more than 1 per at bat. Snap over to first, not in time. Moffitt does have one pickoff tonight. And now can go back. So remember that the state of Utah runs off the NFHS rules. If it's football or basketball or anything else. I'm interested to see. We've seen some basketball rules come in where now we're going to be counting team fouls per quarter, not per half. No more one-on-one free throws. I'm interested to see when different rules to Major League Baseball comes in. As a runner goes, step down to second. No. I don't know if he just missed the tag altogether. That shortstop didn't make any arguments. So put the runner in scoring position. And a chance to pick up an RBI here for Manukin. The 2-0 fouled out of play. So 2 balls and 1 strike and 1 out to the catcher, Brandon Manukin. Moffitt gone deep into this one. As that one off the little shaft shot. Can't get the Texas Leaguer to fall. And it'll be no double play off either. So 2 away. You thought that might go or might fall in. But it's just a routine out. And leave the runner at second base. So that brings up Ashton Holbrook, the first baseman. And that one's wide of the plate. If you joined us early, we thought Moffitt was going to get run off early on. Give up the 2 runs. He did a nice job hanging in the last inning. Got into some trouble, and then McGuire Madsen made him pay for it. And trying to get out of the 5th inning unscathed here with the runner on second base. And that ball inside nearly got Holbrook with another hit batsman. Two balls and no strikes and 2 outs with the runner on second base for Ashton Holbrook. And the 2-0. Number to third base, taken on the run, thrown on the run. Nice scoop. Nice job there at first base by Beckham Stanger, able to take that one in. Cole Smith with the putout, and that will do it for the 5th inning. We head to the 6th. Woods Cross come to the plate. Top of the 6th inning. And that pitch is off the mark here for Jackson Brousseau. Brousseau working on a gem here in the 6th, and leading things off is Kason Lithgow, the 9-hole hitter. Swings through that, and even as a count at a ball and a strike. And the 1-1 swung through, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Here to Lithgow, the center fielder, 0 for 1 on the night. Swings through that one, strike 3. The second K of the night for Brousseau. As we're talking about pitch to contact. I haven't heard the pitch count number yet for Jackson. It can be very high. So Cole Smith comes up and we're back to the top of the order. And that's off the plate. Smith went down, or pardon me, grounded out to first in the first inning and singled to the left side in the fourth. Fouls out, went off. Count even at a ball and a strike. Again, the winner of this game will play tomorrow night at 7 p.m. The loser of this game will play at 1:30. As that goes out of play against Viewmont. As Viewmont got the win today in extra innings against Brighton. It was quite the day from Luke Jacobs. Did a great job on the mound and also hitting, or also at the plate, should say. Ball and 2 strikes. Called strike 3. Got the corner. And that's the 3rd strikeout. So that brings up Max Moffitt. Moffitt yet to reach. That one goes out of play. Back up the middle. And it'll be knocked down. Good job of getting to that ball. That's going to be an infield single. As nice job of ranging over there by Jake Olson. Couldn't get it cleanly. And it'll be a single there for Max Moffitt.
Now batting for second baseman, Gavin Shoup.
And brings up Gavin Shoup, the second baseman. That one chopped at the plate. And for Shoup, he's yet to. Well, he did reach. No, he did not. He went down on strikes in the first, grounded into a double play in the fourth. And Brousseau misses inside, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Shoup, a .327 hitter on the year. Has driven in 25 runs. And the 1-1. Top of the third base side. Will go the long way across the infield. Can't get it. The ball goes up the line, and it's going to move the runners to second and third. So the errant throw is going to put Shoup on. So E5 on the play. And we have 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. And they'll bring up Beckham Stanger.
The first baseman, Beckham Stanger.
Stanger looking to make something happen. Has yet to get on base. Grounded out to third, flew out to right as he takes that one inside. And a foul ball back to the screen. So count even at a ball and a strike. Rousseau finally has the sign he wants. And the 1-1 to Stenger. And that's lifted out of play. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 on with 2 out. The Stenger a chance to break through here for Woods Cross. Remember, their run scored yesterday was after a walk in the top of the 7th inning. They would work around, and it was a pass ball that won the game. Scored that run in the top of the 7th, got the stop in the bottom to beat Brighton. So still looking for that earned run. The 1-2. Called strike 3. Got out of the jam, does Brousseau, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Lehi leading 5-0. You're watching the 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. So Braden Willis, will lead things off for Lehi. Lined out in the 1st, singled and scored back in the 4th. And that bender is in there for a called strike 1. Moffitt staying on the mound here in the 6th. Just a sophomore is Moffitt. See that a lot today. This is 5A classification, and we got crazy realignment happening, everything else. A lot of youngsters. That was a little cut ball. That moved kind of twice, didn't it? But misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1, able to hold off. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 misses down, so 3 balls and a strike to Braden Willis. He'll be followed by Bowen Ingersoll in the top of the order with McGuire Madsen. And now the 3-1 to short. Blackwell over on time for the first out. Bo Blackwell with another put out in the shortstop position and 1 away. So fireworks in the 1st and then in the 4th. Really well pitched game. Besides that, good defense. Do have 1 error on Lehi. And now coming up to the plate is the 9-hole hitter, Bowen Ingersoll. A 1-0. That ball lifted in the right field. And it will fall in. Falls in play. Looked like it was definitely going to head out foul. Ingersoll round second, heading into 3rd. And it'll be a triple for Bowen Ingersoll. Can't do it any better than that for Ingersoll. Ball just inside the foul line. And it's a triple. So Ingersoll with a single and a run scored in the 4th and a triple here. And that might be the day here for Moffitt. And it will be. So we'll go ahead and mute it and let them go through warm-up. But we'll have a pitching change when we come back. New pitcher for Woods Cross is Aiden Clark. So he's going to inherit a runner on 3rd. I think we're taking care of some carpet burn on Ingersoll off that slide. It is a good thing about the field turf. It doesn't do what the old carpet did and just chewed up guys' arms. And shortened careers like Scott Rowland and others. So to the top of the order we go. McGuire Madsen. And McGuire, defensive play to first. Oh! We've had some close plays at first base. McGuire thought he was safe. Coach Ingersoll not pleased. I always think it's a little different when you have emotion in it. Talk about it. Try not to say anything because who knows when my kids finally get old enough to play, what my feelings are when I actually have an emotional attachment to what's happening, other than wanting a good game. But here comes Mays Madsen looking at ball one. So Mays on the night with a run scored and an RBI. Fouls that one off. So mention the Madsen boys. Eric, longtime head coach at UVU and CEU, now an assistant coach here at Lehi. And his sons Mick, Maddox, Mays, McGuire, and Murph. Mick played baseball at UVU. Maddox is currently the backup quarterback at the Smurf Turf School in Idaho. Might have a chance to play in the fall. And that ball hit well by Mays Madsen, and on the run. Did he make the catch? He did. How about the play in center field? That is Kason Lithgow taking that one away. Beautiful play. And that will do it for the sixth. Last chance time for Woods Cross, trailing 5-0. The top of the seventh when we come back. You're watching a 5A state championship baseball tournament.
Okay. You ain't on my level, then shoot. I can't die. 똑같은 질투 떠너비 올라와. 공기도 달라.
So welcome back in after that great play in center field by Kason Lithgow. Top of the seventh inning. And it's Bo Blackwell leading things off, the shortstop. Last chance time. Going to take a big inning here from Woods Cross to extend this game. The 1-0 pitch from Brousseau lifted out of play. Brousseau working on a gem here. A 4-hit shutout currently. Woods Cross has gone to him the last two innings, just a little bit. The 1-1 misses inside. The 2-1. And now in line into left field. So leadoff man aboard here for in the form of Bo Blackwell for Woods Cross. That's going to bring up the catcher, Stetson Critchley. Stetson reached on a hit by pitch in the fifth. Grounded into a double play in the second. And that pitch wide of the plate. Critchley, a 303 hitter on the year. Driven in 12 runs. Done a nice job behind the dish, too. And the 1-0 from Brousseau misses. And quickly 2 balls and no strikes. As Eric Matson come out and have a little chat with Brousseau. Well, he does. Let's go ahead and mute, and we'll be right back. You're watching the 5A state tournament. So meeting the minds is over. A 2-0 count to Critchley. And that's in there for called strike. Seeing for Critchley's kind of find his way on. They always say in the rally, no, don't make the first out. As that ball lifted on the third base line. Going to stay in play. It'll be taken care of easily for the first down of the inning by Braden Willis. And that brings up Alex Holdstock. So a runner on first base and 1 out. Here for Alex Holdstock, the designated hitter. Was hit by a pitch in the 5th, reached, well, singled in the 3rd. And swings on that one, strike 1. See, Jackson Brousseau's not going to overpower you. Finds his spots, hits his spots, works down, gets ground balls. And check swing, yes. No balls and 2 strikes. And that ball lifted into shallow left field and be taken for the second out of the inning by Jake Olson. So 1 out away from advancing. The state tournament is Lehi, and 1 out left in the Woods Cross season. Again, the winner will play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. The loser will play at 1:30 against Viewmont. Of course, Woods Cross and Viewmont, that is the matchup. They know each other extremely well.
Oh, because it came back to instantly thought it was started. Oh, I think he thought. He's the one stopped. No one stopped him. I think he thought it was a ground rule double. Off the bat. Because he's the one that stops himself. Looks like it hit the middle of the outside.
So to the plate's Thomas Pattison. And Pattison fouls that off. So 0-1. And the 0-1, there's a swing and a miss. Brousseau looking for the complete game shutout. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 1 on. And now the 0-2. Swung on, strike 3, and that's the ball game. A complete game shutout for Jackson Brousseau, and Lehi remains unbeaten in the 5A tournament. They take this one 5-0. And for Woods Cross, they'll drop down into the 1-loss bracket and we'll be back here tomorrow at 1:30 to take on region rival, the Viewmont Vikings. Our Heidemann and Associates players of the game. Of course, going to go Jackson Brousseau with the complete game shutout, scattering 5 runs, or probably 5 hits, allowing no runs. And it had, 4 innings, retired in order baseball. And we're going to go McGuire Madsen and what he did offensively. The 2-run triple, the leadoff single and run scored. Absolutely outstanding night from him at the plate. But again, our final score, Lehi 5 and Woods Cross 0. For Jared Mulford and Addison Grayson, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 11 a.m.